The Arctic Monkeys' story so far is the stuff of rock music legend. 4 lads from Sheffield, a following forged on the internet, storming gigs, and huge critical acclaim.
Arctic Monkeys!
Somebody call 999, Richard always been wrong.
5 Brits, 11 NME Awards, a couple of Grammy nods and a Mercury Prize ago, the Arctic Monkeys burst onto the music scene with their debut album, Whatever People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not. The title was a bit of a clue. The band have always done their best to avoid being pigeonholed. But back with their 3rd record in as many years, Humbug, which is bigger, bolder and miles more confident than anything they've done before, maybe now's a good time to ask, what are the secrets to the Monkeys' magic? Arctic Monkeys are almost unique, stars who rarely talk about themselves. Their new album, by comparison, is unapologetically loud. Did you think this record is going to be big and dirty and deeper?
Not really. I think we knew that we wanted to take a bit more time and consider it all a bit more this time. And I think we were more sort of confident in the identity of the band would remain intact even if you did go and work with Josh in the desert.
Last year, the band made a break from South Yorkshire and headed to the Californian desert, recording half of their new album with legendary frontman of rock band Queens of the Stone Age, Josh Homme. You recorded it in Joshua Tree. Did that add an element of spooky, mystery, rock history, legends, myths?
I think it were... we didn't write any songs while we were there, so it probably had less of an influence on the actual songs, but I think how they sounded was a lot to do with where we were.
When we got there, it really did feel special and like nothing we'd ever experienced before. Now it feels like we're getting somewhere.
So Simon Armitage recently said that you were one of the most poetic lyricists writing today, which is praise indeed. He described the world of the first records, the first 2 records, as a kind of pots and pans world. But in this record, are the lyrics different? Is it more kind of third person? Is it more stories than...
I feel like it's probably more personal, if anything, this one, perhaps because it's sort of shrouded in a bit more mystery and for that reason feels like you can get away with putting your feelings in there. The secret door swings behind her. She's saying nothing.
Musically, where was your head at with the new album? Because I've heard that you're listening to a lot of Cream and a bit of Hendrix and stuff.
Yeah.
Was it kind of hairy? Is that the sort of theme through it?
I think, yeah, all that the stuff you sort of just mentioned kind of came like back out a little bit. Like from when you first sort of pick your guitar up, I feel like you automatically kind of gravitate towards Jimi Hendrix. But I feel like with this, in the sort of approach to this album, it kind of got those records back out and got into them in a different way, I suppose. Like,
in what way?
Like, perhaps just now being a little bit better at playing, you kind of just appreciated it kind of in a slightly more...
It's good to have them influences, but you can still take your own thing from it by, you know, not by ripping it off.
You can never accuse Arctic Monkeys of being derivative. Even so, when they first hit the big time, critics were drawing comparisons with Britpop legends like Morrissey, Weller and Cocker. But theirs is a much richer and more varied record collection. If there was anybody out there who you could nominate as somebody that our viewers should check out, who would it be?
This fella, he's called Jake Thackeray, and he's a Yorkshireman. and is a very humorous lyrical style, yeah, and like but terrific songs, but like yeah, the words are a craft.
There may be better looking, better cooking women, better slung, better at bones than you.
I suppose something that we weren't that aware of that we got introduced to while we were in Desert's a good one, like Rocky Erickson, stuff that weren't with 13th floor elevators, you know, so, like, and that were kind of a good thing for us to get introduced to, so it's probably nice to pass that on.
It's a cold night for alligators. It's a cold night for dogs.
What was the first record that ever really blew your mind?
In school, I always thought like our thing was the Roots Maneuver record, Run Come Save Me. I always felt like that was like our thing in school. I loved his like lyrics on that.
Taskmaster burst the bionic zit splitter. Breakneck speed, we drown 10 pints of bitter. We lean all day.
We're getting into John Cale recently. Like,
What do you love about him?
I suppose initially, yeah, the words on that tune, Fear.
Well, say, fear's a man's best friend.
He's like, fear is a man's best friend, and if you add it up, it brings you down. So yeah, we should just shut up about it.
OK.